What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another one. I'm pretty sure you guys heard about the Social Security Administration getting low on them funds, and it looks like 2035, or actually the date's getting pushed to 2033, where Social Security may not have enough funds to send out those checks to Social Security recipients, SSI, SSDI. And I'm pretty sure you've also heard about the fact that President Biden, as of today, just hours ago, about 3 hours ago, indicated that student loans were actually going to be paid off. Yes, you heard that right, folks. Student loans will actually be paid off. It looks like the Biden administration has confirmed that they will be forgiving $39 billion in student loan debts for 800,000 borrowers. The Department of Education announced earlier that they will forgive debts of 804,000 people in effort to fix what it calls administrative failures that denied student loan borrowers relief that they were eligible under their repayment plans. Interesting. Wow. Yeah, guys. So I know a lot of you guys are pissed off that you worked overtime, you got a side hustle, you started an online business, you worked overtime, you got a second job, you did Uber, Lyft, started a Shopify store to make some extra money, to make money, to pay off your student loans. And lo and behold, the Biden administration manages to forgive student loans for 804,000 borrowers. Now, I ain't hating on them. You know, if I had loans, hey, I'd love for the Biden administration to come wipe my loans out as well. I don't have student loans. I didn't take them out. I was pretty responsible, and so I didn't need it. But at the same time, you know, if I did take out a loan, I would like to get it paid off. But at the same time, you got to know that this money is not coming out of nowhere. Taxpayers are paying it. And so instead of the borrowers of the student loans paying them back, now we, as the taxpayers, get to have that debt put on our backs, and we will all help them out. So that's where we stand on that, guys. Education Secretary Miguel Cardona had a hand in this thing here. But let's talk about what is going on here with this woman who was denied Social Security, or more accurately put, she was denied SSDI benefits. And so it's a real situation, you know, and we talked about Social Security running low on the funds, but, you know, she says, you know, she's 52 years old. She's got a disability under the ADA. I think is that American Disabilities Association or something like that? But she said, so she's got a disability. She's disabled. But you know, and according to the ADA, she is disabled, but she's saying that she's being told that the severity of her disability is not severe enough to qualify for SSDI. Now, I don't know if she might qualify for SSI or any other type of Social Security benefit right now. She said, with that being said, though, I don't think that she'll be able to work much longer. She's hoping to purchase a smaller house in the woods. She wants to live off grid, not far from her current house, and rent the current house out. She says that the current rate, if she were to become a landlord or basically a real estate investor and kind of rent that property out, would be about $2,000 a month. Even if she keeps only $700 a month, she can live off of that. So it turns out at least she was in a good enough position to be able to, you know, downsize where she lives to lower her overhead, her monthly expenses. She can live out in the woods somewhere, off grid, in a cheaper house, while still maintaining ownership on the primary residence and renting it out. It looks like she'll profit $700 a month. She says she can live on that from my many years living under or just above the poverty line. And unfortunately, a lot of Social Security, SSI, SSDI recipients live at or below the poverty line. So this is a real situation, folks. But more details on what's going on here She says that she's 52 years old and is in generally good health. She's single, no children. She was an emancipated minor, so I didn't get the best start in life. She went into the IT field, got caught up in the whole .com bubble bursting, and was laid off 3 times in 3 years. As you know, as one after another company wiped out their IT departments between 2000 and 2003. And I know a lot of people, you know, in the IT field right now getting wiped out. We've heard multiple companies, especially in the IT sector, Microsoft, Google, drawing a blank here, but there were a lot of different IT companies that ended up, Amazon laying off people in droves, LinkedIn, Shopify. But despite all of this, she says she owns a home in a good location, near shopping and halfway decent schools, currently valued at $275,000, and is paid off. Wow. Okay. So she didn't qualify for SSDI, so she didn't get that SSDI check from Social Security, but she at least got the house paid off. All right. She said her car and student loans were paid off, so she ain't gonna benefit from Biden's recent student loan forgiveness announcement. But she also said her credit cards are paid off. She said her 401k holdings are about $190,000, and currently her income is about $40,000. So that's actually very impressive, you know, that she only earned $40,000 a year, and she was able to amass $190,000. So that just shows the power of the 401k, the stock market, S&P 500, and compound interest. She said she's looking for a better job right now. I could put almost the max into a Roth IRA and 10% with a 6% match plus profit sharing into a regular 401k. She said over the past 7 years, my portfolio has lost nearly $15,000. But I mean, I would say that in spite of losing $15,000, she's still sitting on $190,000. So I guess before the portfolio had gone down 15 grand, her portfolio had hit $205,000. So anyway, she went on to say that she ended up changing brokers. She says she's not a particularly aggressive investor, and you know, and I'm not a really aggressive investor either. And I don't think you need to be aggressive to make money in the stock market. That's you know, you don't need to do that. You know, she said she even acquired a financial advisor, but the losses haven't stopped. So you'd have to look at what she's invested in. You know, I don't think she's going to provide all the details here. She provided some, but not enough to really know what she's invested in per se that might have attributed to some of the losses. She says she started putting money into CDs and T-bills on her own to staunch the bleeding 4.5 and 5% APR respectively. And now that I think about it, you know, I wonder well, she already paid off her house, so it won't matter what interest rates are for mortgages for her. But she says that she is concerned. She says she's single with no kids and only has $190,000 in 401k assets. She's concerned she doesn't want to die alone. And she doesn't want to be forgotten, especially since she lives at home. She says she has no family and no one to take care of her if she needed it. I don't want to die alone and forgotten in my home or neglected in a nursing home where nobody cares about anything but the money. Well, you know, I got some personal stories I could share with you guys, but I know a lot about people getting forgotten in nursing homes, and that's a real hardship right there. That's some real stuff. She said, I can't afford long-term care insurance, which is very expensive. I don't know if you guys have anyone around the age that might ever need long-term care insurance, but it's really good if you have it. And if you don't have it, you know, you may likely have to pay a lot of money out of pocket, but also the premiums on those long-term care insurance benefits is quite high. So you may have to pucker up to get one of those policies. She said, I do live in an area with a bunch of friends. We've been friends nearly 30 years. yada yada yada. But yeah, so she's afraid of outliving her money. She's afraid of dying in her home, and no one knowing that she's even there. But yeah, I mean, these are legitimate concerns. And think about it. If you got hurt, you got injured, you became disabled, you were a healthy-bodied individual making money, working a 9 to 5, or maybe running your own business. I don't know what you're doing for income, but imagine you get injured or hurt to some extent, and then you need to get some type of government assistance because things happen. But in her case, she was denied SSDI. She was denied Social Security disability insurance. And that's kind of wild, especially when the ADA, which I think is a government agency, declared her disabled. So I don't know. If I'm her, I would have to definitely challenge that ruling, because it sounds like, what is it? Basically, I forget the term, but basically she needs to challenge that ruling, because just because you get denied benefits doesn't mean you can't challenge it and ultimately get that denial overturned. So, and I think she's got a good argument here, because if the ADA is saying that she's disabled, who is managing SSDI to say that she's not disabled enough? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's kind of messed up. Now, on the flip side to it, you got $190,000 in your 401k. Your house is paid off. You could rent the house out, probably make at least $700 a month. I'm not sure what the going rent rate is for rental properties, single family residences. I don't know how many square feet, how many bedrooms that property's in, or how many bedrooms and bathrooms are in that property. So I really wouldn't know what the market value is for rent, but I would say $700 at least is how much she should be able to make off of that. So you figure $700 a month, that's what, $7,000, that's like $8,400 a year, plus she's making $40,000 a year from her job. If she can continue to still work, that'd be close to $50,000 a year. I'm not sure how much an off-grid home would be. I'm not sure she would be buying that or renting that, but I think she can survive on this one. But the concerning part is getting denied for Social Security disability insurance. That's a little concerning. Yeah, but drop me some comments, guys. Let me know what you guys think about that. If you guys are new to the channel, do your boy a favor, drop a quick like for the video, consider subscribing to the channel, and I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. Y'all be safe.